Lesson 12. Networking that gets results. When I met freelance copywriter Stu Carman in the fall of 1990, it set off an incredible chain reaction that would forever impact my business. Let me share with you what happened. In 1992, Stu was a contributing writer with Think and Grow Rich newsletter. At Stu's suggestion, that newsletter ran a front-page story about me, and how I went from being a lawyer to a motivational speaker. At the same time, I entered into an agreement with that newsletter where they would sell my Attitude is Everything merchandise through their publication. Thousands of items were sold. Think and Grow Rich newsletter also began to run some of my own articles in their publication. As a result, I got calls from their readers and was hired for several speaking engagements. I also got a letter from one of their subscribers named Jim Donovan, who lived in New York at that time. We became good friends. Jim referred me to Inti Publishing and Resource Books, the publisher of the book you're now holding in your hand. By the way, Jim went on to write 2 great self-help books of his own, Handbook to a Happier Life and This Is Your Life, Not a Dress Rehearsal. And all of these great things happened because I tapped into Stu Carman's network. And then the Think and Grow Rich newsletters network. And then Jim Donovan's network. The power of networking is nothing short of awesome. If given the choice, wouldn't you like to succeed sooner rather than later? Well, networking is a way to leverage your own efforts and accelerate the pace at which you get results. After all, the more solid relationships you build, the greater your opportunities for success. The benefits of networking. While your success certainly starts with you, it grows to higher levels as a result of your associations and relationships with people. Simply put, you can't succeed on a grand scale all by yourself. That's why networking is so important. For the purposes of this lesson, let's define networking as the development of relationships with people for mutual benefit. In the business arena, networking has the following benefits. Generates new clients or business leads. Increases employment opportunities. Helps in finding the right people to fill critical positions. Provides valuable information and resources. Assists in solving problems. In the personal realm, here's what networking can do for you. Enhance your social relationships by introducing you to new friends. Help you to become acquainted with people of varying ethnic, cultural and philosophical backgrounds. Provide valuable information and resources. Contribute to your spiritual growth. Now that we know what networking can do, the question is, what can we do to enhance the effectiveness of our network? Let me pass along 16 techniques that I've found productive. To simplify matters, I've organized them into 4 separate, but related, categories. 1. Attitude and action. 2. Referrals. 3. Communication. And 4. Follow-up. Attitude and action. 1. Project a winning attitude. When it comes to networking, attitude is everything. If you're positive and enthusiastic, people will want to spend time with you. They'll want to help you. If you're gloomy and negative, people will avoid you, and they'll hesitate to refer you to their friends and colleagues. 2. Participate actively in groups and organizations. Effective networking and relationship building takes more than paying dues, putting your name in a directory and showing up for meetings. You must demonstrate that you'll take the time and make the effort to contribute to the group. 3. What kinds of things can you do? For starters, you can volunteer for committees or serve as an officer or member of the board of directors. The other members will respect you when they see you roll up your sleeves and do some work. They'll also learn about your people skills, your character, your values, and last, but not least, your attitude. Let's get back to Stu Carman for a moment. He wanted to build contacts within advertising agencies, so he joined the Long Island Advertising Club in 1994. Stu immediately began to attend the group's meetings. When they asked for volunteers for various projects, Stu raised his hand. He got actively involved. Within 6 months after joining, somebody approached him and said, "We hear good things about you. You're a hard worker and very energetic. Would you like to join our board of directors?" As you might guess, Stu gladly accepted. And within a few months, he began to see a significant increase in his business. In early 1999, Stu told me that well over 50% of his current business can be traced to people he met through the Long Island Advertising Club, proving that people can get big results in a short time by networking effectively. 4. Serve others in your network. Serving others is crucial to building and benefiting from your network. You should always be thinking, how can I serve others? Instead of what's in it for me? If you come across as desperate or as a taker rather than a giver, you won't find people willing to help you. Going the extra mile for others is the best way to get the flow of good things coming back to you. How can you serve others in your network? Start by referring business leads or potential customers. In addition, whenever you see an article or other information that might be of interest to someone in your network, forward the material to that person. When I think of effective networkers, the first name that comes to mind is Mark LeBlanc. Mark gives presentations to business owners who want to grow their business and to salespeople who want to sell more of their products and services. I've referred many people to Mark. Why? He's a talented, service-oriented person who has gone out of his way to encourage me and to help me build my business. Mark has put me in touch with people in his own network who are in a position to help me. He distributes my materials at his presentations. Mark is one of those people who just keeps giving and giving and giving. That's why people want to help Mark, and that's one reason why his own business is growing. As the Bible says, give and it shall be given unto you. That's the truth. Referrals. 1. If you refer someone, make sure that the person mentions your name as the source of the referral. Be explicit. Let's assume you're about to refer John Smith to your graphic designer, Jane Jones. You might say to John, give Jane a call, and please tell her that I referred you. In some instances, you may even call Jane and let her know that John Smith will be contacting her. Then, the next time you see or speak to Jane, remember to ask if John called and how it turned out. You want to reinforce in Jane's mind that you're looking out for her and helping her to grow her business. 2. Be selective. Don't refer every person you meet. Respect the time of those in your network. Referring unqualified leads will reflect poorly on you. Ask yourself whether or not a particular referral is really going to be of value to your network partner. Keep in mind that the key is the quality, not quantity, of the leads you supply. Communication. 3. Be a good listener. Have you ever been speaking to someone who goes on and on about himself and his business, and never takes a moment to ask about you? We've all run into the me types, and they're the last people you want to help. So, in your conversations, focus on drawing other people out. Let them talk about their careers and interests. In return, you'll be perceived as caring, concerned and intelligent. You'll eventually get your turn to talk about yourself. Sure, this is Dale Carnegie 101. But it works. 4. Call people from time to time just because you care. How do you feel when someone calls you on the phone and says, "Hey, I was just thinking about you and was wondering how you're doing"? I'll bet you feel like $1 million. If that's the case, why don't we make these calls more often? 5. Every now and then, make it a point to call people in your network simply to ask how they're doing and to offer your support and encouragement. That's right. Call just because you care, and because that's the way you'd like to be treated. Every December, I pick up the phone and call certain clients I haven't spoken with for a long time. Many of these people haven't ordered anything from my company in years. My call is upbeat and my only agenda is to be friendly. I don't try to sell them anything. I appreciate the business they've given me in the past, and I just want to hear how they're doing, personally and professionally. If business comes from these calls, that's great. If business doesn't come from these calls, that's great. Year after year, I do get business as a result of making these calls. Someone will say, "I need to order more of those Attitude is Everything lapel pins, or our company is having a sales meeting in 6 months, and they may want you to do a presentation." Please understand that this isn't manipulation or a sales tactic on my part. I'm not expecting these people to give me business. I really care about how they're doing. Business is simply a byproduct of reconnecting with them. 1. Take advantage of everyday opportunities to meet people. You can make excellent contacts just about anywhere, at the health club or online at the supermarket. You never know from what seed your next valuable relationship will sprout. When I go to the gym on the weekends, I always wear an Attitude is Everything shirt. It's a great icebreaker and people will come up to me to talk about Attitude. It gives me an opportunity to learn about them, and to tell them about my company. 2. Treat every person as important, not just the influential ones. Don't be a snob. The person you meet, whether or not they're the boss, may have a friend or relative who can benefit from your product or service. So, when speaking to someone at a meeting or party, give that person your undivided attention. And please promise me that you won't be one of those who gazes around looking for more important people to talk to. That really bugs me. You're talking with someone and then he notices someone out of the corner of his eye, someone he deems more important than you. So he stops listening to you and abruptly breaks away to start a conversation with that other person. Don't do that. Treat every person you encounter with dignity and respect. 3. At meetings and seminars, make it a point to meet different people. Don't sit with the same group at every gathering. While it's great to talk with friends for part of the meeting, you'll reap greater benefits if you make the extra effort to meet new faces. In 1994, I was in Washington, D.C., to attend the annual convention of the National Speakers Association. At lunch, instead of sitting with some friends, I sat down at a table where I didn't know anyone. Sitting at that table was a woman named Joan Burge, and we struck up a conversation. Her company, Office Dynamics, conducts excellent training programs for administrative office professionals. It turned out that Joan is also a big believer that attitude is everything. And, for the last 5 years, she has ordered my Attitude is Everything lapel pins and distributed them to some of the participants in her training programs. In addition, Joan often displays my literature at her programs, which has generated thousands of dollars in business for me. Most importantly, Joan has become a wonderful friend. I'm sure glad I didn't sit with my friends that day, as I would have missed out on a tremendous opportunity. 4. Be willing to go beyond your comfort zone. For instance, if you have the urge to introduce yourself to someone, do it. You might hesitate, thinking that the person is too important or too busy to speak with you. Even if you're nervous, force yourself to move forward and make contact. You'll get more comfortable as time goes on. 5. Ask for what you want. By helping others, you've now earned the right to request assistance yourself. Don't be shy. As long as you've done your best to serve those in your network, they'll be more than willing to return the favor. Follow up. 6. Send a prompt note after meeting someone for the first time. Let's say you attend a dinner and make a new contact. Send a short note as soon as possible explaining how much you enjoyed meeting and talking with him or her. Enclose some of your own materials and perhaps include information that might be of interest to this person, such as the name of a trade magazine and a subscription card. Ask if there's anything you can do to assist this individual. Be sure to send the note within 48 hours after your initial meeting so that it's received while you're still fresh in your contact's mind. Acknowledge powerful presentations or articles. If you hear an interesting presentation or read a great article, send a note to the speaker or writer and tell him or her how much you enjoyed and learned from their message. 1 person in 100 will take the time to do this. Be the one who does. I'm not saying that speakers and writers are special people who deserve to be worshipped. The point is, speakers and writers often have developed a huge network of people covering a variety of industries, a network you can tap into. 8. When you receive a referral or helpful written materials, always send a thank you note or call to express your appreciation. Follow this suggestion only if you want to receive more referrals and more useful information. If you don't acknowledge that person sufficiently, he or she will be much less likely to assist you in the future. 9. Send congratulatory cards and letters. If someone in your network gets a promotion, award or celebrates some other occasion, write a short note of congratulations. Everyone loves to be recognized, yet very few people take the time to do this. Being thoughtful in this manner can only make you stand out. It's also appropriate to send a card or memorial gift when a family member dies, building your network. The networking suggestions offered above are merely the tip of the iceberg. You should be able to come up with several new ideas of your own. How? By going to your library or bookstore and seeking out the many excellent books on networking. And by noticing what other people are doing and adapting their ideas in a way that suits you. Remember that networks are built over time and that significant results usually don't show up immediately. So be patient. Build a solid foundation of relationships and continue to expand and strengthen them. You'll have to put in a lot before you begin reaping the big rewards. One final point, great networking skills are not a substitute for being excellent in your field. You might be a terrific PR person, but if you aren't talented at what you do, and constantly learning and improving, your efforts will yield disappointing results. Now, go ahead. Select a few of these networking techniques and implement them right away. Get to work serving and improving your network. Then you will truly have an army of troops working to help you succeed. Conclusion: